Hey folks, this is Bardic Dragoon. Welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania Circle of the Moon. So when we last left off, we had taken on the challenges of the battle arena. I don't know why I couldn't say that. But yeah, we took on the challenges of the battle arena. And for our efforts, we were awarded with a shiny new piece of armor. In the literal sense, because what we got is the shining armor. The arguably most powerful armor in the game. And so, with that out of the way, and the map completion rate at 99.5%, it's time to finally take on the last half% of the map and the final boss. So using the last key that we picked up by beating up Hugh, no, that's not what I wanted to do, there we go, we can enter the ceremonial room, or whatever this was. And in here, we will first equip a stupidly broken DSS combo and come face to face with Dracula the man himself. Yes, we have done well to come so far. But is it too late? The time of the right is upon us. Okay, and so, with that little exchange, it's time to face off with Dracula. In a less than dramatic confrontation there, because, well, as you probably saw on the menu there, I went and picked up the last few DSS cards I didn't have. Mostly because the second phase this fight that is going to be happening in a few moments here is a bit difficult in some respects. So I figured I'd get the card that allowed us to do item crash. Thing is, I found an even better combination than that. See, because what I was using there, Pluto Thunderbird, is very much like Venus Thunderbird, except that rather than using map percentage, which topped out at about a 50% bonus to your strength, you actually will end up, it bases it off of game time, which since I've broken the clock there, if I turn it on, I go from 7:45 to 2,523. There's another one in there, similar, I believe it's Gollum? No, that's not it. That one's kind of cool too. It creates a clone of you that does everything you do, but that's not what we're looking for. There we go. Defense. Same thing. So I get stupidly high defense there. But we're going to leave it on Thunderbird for now, though we're not going to actually have it on, because the moment we enter this room, it's going to turn itself off. So with our 100% map completion here, and not being anywhere on the map, okay, fine. We'll do this your way. Not exactly the most threatening attack in the world. We can throw up a barrier, which we can. Right, if you're wondering about the two DSS cards that I'm missing, it's because those two can only be found inside the battle arena. You get them from the Dark Armors and the Holy Armors, respectively. Okay, now comes the part that was giving me so much trouble and why I went and got the other DSS cards. Because, well, you can see this attack is easy to avoid, though if you get hit by it, it does a stupid amount of damage. But you see, the problem comes in this eyeball. We can still be, because he's a bit difficult to hit. Okay, well, fine, I'll go hide on the ceiling then. There's 3. Is he doing a 4th? He did a 4th. Okay, ow. As you saw there, that can do an alarming amount of damage to you. But yeah, normally, because with your normal damage, it takes like 10 or 15 hits to do that. But the thing flies so erratically, it's hard to land those hits. So I was intending to, though I really didn't want to resort to that as an option, but after so many failed attempts, I figured, sure, why not? Yes, because you'll never be truly gone, because there's always darkness in the men's soul, blah blah blah. We've heard it all before. Anyway, but yeah, to use either these summons, or I was probably thinking more of the item crash because it felt less overpowered. The summon pretty much just summons an enemy onto the screen and then spams the attack. And if you just spam that, you can pretty much, if it's on the screen, hit it and hit it repeatedly for good damage. So I kind of wanted to avoid doing that. But yeah, with the damage output of the Pluto Thunderbird there. Oh yeah, they're touching. You've become a hunter in your own right, because we killed Dracula. You know, kind of what the big point of being a hunter was for. And yeah, now that he has learned some humility, or at the very least, you know, learned I guess humility is a good word, or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, he'll begin his training anew. And we have the whole we're friends but we're rivals bit there, and then that's the end of the game. But yeah, as I was saying, the way that eyeball flies is kind of erratic, kind of hard to hit. So even though it's relatively easy to avoid its attacks, or Dracula's attacks, actually hitting him in that final form is a little difficult. But if you have enough damage, it only takes 2 hits to kill him, not so much of a problem anymore. But anyway, this has been Let's Play Castlevania Circle the Moon. And so we sit here, watch the credits, well, shots of our various boss fights and encounters. Actually, that one's not a boss fight, I think that's just a random area of the... Yeah, it's just a random area in the machine tower there. And likewise, that's just a random area of the chapel. Not sure what all these pictures are here for, or what they're supposed to be showing up. Nope, there's Aldramec. Okay, there's another boss fight. So why do we skip over the Iron Golem? Wait, was it Iron Golem that was in the machine tower? Some kind of golem. But yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, this has been Let's Play Castlevania Circle the Moon. As I said near the beginning, it's a bit of an odd entry in the fact that it's kind of a Castlevania game that for some reason doesn't star Belmont, even though the main character totally sounds and acts like a Belmont. I don't know why. Technically, it doesn't exist in the Castlevania chronology, timeline, whatever, for whatever that's worth. And it's actually the only one of those Castle or Metroidvania, Igavania, whatever you want to call it, that wasn't actually done by Koji Igarashi, which is just kind of interesting to me. But yeah, fun little game, interesting little game, and it does have some interesting replay value in the fact that each time, or that when you beat it, you unlock a code, which, since I already unlocked it, it's not going to show here. But you unlock a code that allows you to play in a different style. If I create a new game and name my character Fireball, or save file Fireball, it will put me into Magician mode, which gives me a much higher intelligence, or increase of intelligence, or higher intelligence and higher gains to intelligence, but lower stats in all other respects. But I do also start with all of the DSS cards at once. And there are other modes after that. There's Shooter mode, which is focused on sub-weapons, giving large bonuses to that, as well as giving you an alternate form for the dagger sub-weapon. There's Thief mode, which gives you a really high luck stat, but slightly reduced stats and everything else. And finally, Fighter mode, which gives you higher strength, higher defense, but lower intelligence and luck. But we're not going to be touching on to those here. One playthrough with the normal Vampire Killer mode is enough for me, and I hope it was enough for you. And so with that, that's all for this game. Tune in next time for something different, and until then, as always, later folks.